Man, I didn't think I'd have to talk about this again this quickly. But when it gets to a point where Stephen A. Smith, of all people, is roasting your hockey team, calling you guys the Dallas Cowboys of the NHL and the Dallas Cowboys of Canada, oh boy, things are getting huge and heated. And over the past few days, I've been seeing so many news pieces, not even really news pieces, just like takes, people spewing out their takes, their hot takes, because we're in the age of the hot take where people can go out there and say what it is they want to say about hockey teams, and everybody has a voice because social media is so big nowadays. Not referring to Hot Take Hockey John, by the way. That guy, absolute beaut. Love John. But when it comes to the hot takes, we see everybody on Twitter going out there spewing what it is they want to say about the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it's not just the everyday you and me's out there going out there spewing their hot takes. Oh no, it's also the Toronto media going out here and roasting the players on this team as well, spreading stories and rumors that go around to the point that Mitch Marner himself is asked about this on the podium. Mitch Marner's agent is going out there and discrediting all the rumors, and it's gotten so messy to the point that now, after Mitch Marner's post-season press conference the other day, oh boy, everybody's coming out there with an opinion, and I just wanted to make a video here talking about the idea of trading Marner and Marner specifically, and my response to the comments that he has been making about his overall play, etc. Now, I'll start this video off by saying, if you're one of those weirdos that goes over to NHL players' Instagram pages and leaves really bad, really just strange and deranged comments, please don't do that. Don't go over there and start joking about things that I probably can't talk about on this channel because I would get demonetized. You get what I mean. Mitch Marner is just a guy, and he is a hockey player who is going out there making millions of dollars, and you are very free to dislike the guy in terms of his ability to play on the ice. You can have your opinions as to whether or not he's good, or he's bad, or he's this, or he's that. But there's a difference between holding an opinion and going over to his social media page and telling him, oh, you XXXX, whatever it is that you're saying, yeah, it's kind of whack. Don't do that. In fact, Mitch Marner himself said in the press conference the other day that social media is just a distraction that you do not need, which is why he deleted all of his social media apps before the playoffs started. And you know what? I'll just say this right here. Probably a good idea. Because Marner specifically, you don't need me to tell you the stats. The guy had 0 goals in the series against Montreal. He hasn't scored a goal in 18 playoff games. And he's in a position where in career games, when trying to clinch a playoff series, Marner has 1 point. And he's played 7 of these games. In fact, he has more penalty minutes than points in these kinds of games. Look who is stepping up, though, in these potentially series-clinching games. Hey, William Nylander has 4 points in 7 games. Really good for him. Matthews, a little bit better than Marner, but at the same time, Austin Matthews isn't making any comments that people are going out there and really just kind of laughing at. Also, there doesn't seem to be nearly the amount of tabloidy kind of stories going around for Matthews, because when it comes to Mitch Marner, there was a story that came out, I'm not even sure where the source is, but there was a story that came out that was not true, about Mitch Marner being a prima donna in the playoffs and him refusing to play the point on the power play when asked to change the special team strategy. Apparently, according to the rumor, which is not true, he wasn't really vibing with the way Malhotra was setting up the power play and how he would be deployed under whatever changes Malhotra would make. And as a result, because this story went out and it was public and all that, people were like, oh my goodness, Marner is this, he's a prima donna. You had yourselves Marner coming out here himself, and he said this: it's a complete lie. It's just people trying to get their name out there. It sucks that stuff like that is being said. I think everyone can see that I'll try and play any role I can to help the team win. Darren Ferris, the agent, also said, it is seriously concerning when certain media feel insulated from taking accountability for what they say, even when they know it to be false or distorted beyond reason. And I mean, that's a guy going out there and defending his client, but then you start to think, okay, why is there an agent going out there doing this? I mean, Marner is making like $10-something million a season. He doesn't need to be protected from the big, bad, scary media, right? Marner as a top-paid athlete in Toronto, of all places, a place where they take their sports so seriously, and especially the Toronto Maple Leafs, he should be able to go out there in a way that is meaningful, that connects to the fans, that somehow placates the anger and disbelief that exists within this fan base. To inspire hope that this kind of thing cannot happen again, that kind of choke that they did. And so they asked him. They asked Mitch Marner on the post-season press conference, what can you do differently? Is there anything you can do differently to prepare for the playoffs, to make sure that what happened this year in 2021 doesn't happen again? Are you going to go out there and change your routine to make sure that you have different results? And Marner responded by saying, no. And it wasn't just like no, it was like a, no, it was like a really strong, yeah, no, what the hell, are you nuts? I'm not going to go ahead and change the way that I prepare for a hockey game. Kinda no. Because his response was mostly, oh, we were really good, we had chances, we had this, we had that, we have good chemistry, we trust each other, it's all of this good stuff. But you guys still lost. Marner's response to the media the other day was doing the exact opposite of trying to placate the Toronto media and fans' overall discomfort to the situation. In fact, it kind of made it worse because I get it could be really easy to just say, of course Marner knows that he's not really doing as well as he could be in the playoffs. He knows he scored a whole bunch in the regular season and that he hasn't produced in the postseason. He knows that, right? So is it not within his right to go out there and defend himself? And you know what? I'm all for players having a personality or whatever, but that's not this. This is just snarky kind of, if it is retaliation, if it is sarcastic, it's not really done nicely, bro. Especially in the context of who he is in this market, how much is expected out of this guy. He's paid this much money for a reason. And you have this press conference where he's saying, yeah, it's the puck luck, it's this, it's the bounces, it's all this stuff. Sure, I guess, yeah, puck luck does exist, and it is a factor in what was a very pivotal moment in this series. Game 5, at the end of regulation, you had yourselves that Ilya Mikheyev who almost buried a rebound by Carey Price, but the puck kind of bounced over his stick, with like 13 seconds left in the third, too. Had that puck gone in, it would have been a Game 5 victory. Okay, done. You've won your first playoff series since 2004. But it didn't happen. In Game 5, you went to overtime, and in Game 5, you lost. In Game 6, you went to overtime, and Game 6, you lost. In Game 7, you completely blew it too. And no amount of puck luck, in my opinion, no amount of just bounces, can lead to a team losing in that kind of way. To a Montreal team that very clearly was not playing their best hockey up until the start of that Game 5. But at the end of the day, you still didn't score. Is it not easy to just accept responsibility? Sure, you could say that we couldn't really get the bounces and we tried and all this. We know they probably did go out there and put effort into it. But is it not easy to just go out there and say, yeah, we tried, but it wasn't enough? Is it not easy to say we'll be thinking about strategies and we'll be thinking about plays and all that stuff? We'll be looking at the game tape, for example, instead of just playing it off like, no, I think the way I prepared for the series was great. Because sarcasm in a situation like this, I don't think it's going to get you anywhere, man. I don't think it's really productive at all. So when it comes to the Marner stuff, man, things have been blowing up the past few hours here, and it's kind of why I just wanted to make a video about it, just going over the entire drama, I guess, and everything that's going on. We know Mitch Marner has been in this position before where he's had his fair share of confrontations with the media. There's that video we made from that TVA Sports article talking about how he doesn't give a blank. He's had that attitude for a while now. And when it comes to the way the Maple Leafs are going out there with their performances, with the way they're playing, and with the way that some of these guys are exuding effort, quote unquote, it really starts to get questionable as to who actually, with the contracts in mind, can help the team win in big moments. So, talk to me in the comments what you thought about this video here, Mitch Marner and the old controversy with the media. I hope you enjoyed this. Trolls 99. And bye.